Carbon Market, the heart of Cebu, Philippines. It is the island's largest and most affordable market. The old market is a maze, filled with heat and intense energy, but just steps away sits the stylish Puso village. Modern, clean, and organized. Yet, behind these new walls, the struggle remains. We follow the light and shadow of Cebu. This is the reality of a city in the waves of change.
Hi, I'm Leo, and this is my business partner, Kezo.
Hello, we are Cebu Realities. Today, we are going to be documenting the change between the new markets in Carbon versus the old traditional markets here in Carbon. We can ride here. So right now, we are currently riding one of these, an e-trike, to Puso Village, one of the more modernized areas near Carbon Market, where it is a tourist destination where people can sit down and eat. Okay. So right now we are heading to Puso Village in the modes of transport that are very popular here in Cebu. The e-trike. These are oftentimes cheaper. Boss, pilay makuha nimo each month?
Sa kadlaw 700, 800.
So I asked him his monthly income and he said he makes about 700 pesos per day, which equates to around 18,000 pesos a month.
I want to know how much this e-trike.
Boss, pwede manguta na pila ni e-trike, pila ni pagpalit nimo? Or
Sa brand new pa 58.
58? There it is. You pay? Okay. 40 pesos, give him 50. We are 20 pesos each. Arabaso. Do you want him to keep the change? It's just 40 pesos, but he cannot give you change.
No, thank you.
Kaya lang iwanan daw. Amat kayo. Right now we are at one of the stalls in Puso Village, Lois Tusloboa, and we're going to be asking a few questions for one of the staff. Hello sir, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
So first now question sir is, how much does this stall make per month sir?
Regarding sa naman, sir. Almost confidential.
So they can't exactly share most profits because it's confidential. But mangutan na lang ko sir kung dagko or gamay ba ang kuha sa rent dito.
Regarding sa rent na to, sir, is mostly baka kung dito maka-target sa sales kung daghan ang dito ato customer. Mostly sa rainy season, ting-uwan gani sir, is mas low dito ato ang income dito sa ato ang sales status.
So I asked them if the rent can actually have a true impact on their profit, but it usually depends. But mostly, if not all the time, they keep up with the demands of the rent, especially if customer flow is steady and solid. But there's some days and sometimes customer flow might be impacted, say if it's rainy season where there's not much people. So next na akong question, how do tourists and high-end customers react to this new environment? Dagan ba ka mga turista man ang pinigil?
Mostly sir, regarding atong peak season like Sinulog, mostly a lot of foreigner here, tourists nga na bisita, mostly na conscious na sa among food regarding is Tusloboa. So mostly is nangutana jud sila why diin gikan ang Tusloboa. So mo to among introduce ang amo since 1996 pa ni amo ang Lois Tusloboa sir. So dugay-dugay
Ang
jud
original din. So may reaction nila usually kung makaibaw sila asa gikan ng Tusloboa.
mostly jud is mga foreigner mo something murag nang isla kana kakuan kay nagi-utak sa sa baboy jud sir. Pero mostly kung Pinoy lang jud sir, kabisado jud kayo na.
Last question ako sir. Sa imong pananaw lang sir, pinsay mas dako ang naa din sa Puso Village or naa dito sa Carbon Market?
Mostly jud is high sales jud ang ditong Carbon Market sir. Kay mostly isentro jud to sa mga manindahay, mga umbrahay, mga estudyante doon jud to. Unlike diri is most maka-income sa ta pero tuyoon kay siya sir. Katanang na yung mga sakyanan makari na jud diri sir.
Pero unsa may pros nga naa ka dito?
Diri sir, start jud ako is okay na jud ang sales sir.
So I asked them who would win most in terms of profit, the ones in Carbon Market or the ones here in Puso Village. And they said that those in Carbon Market would win the most, as the customer flow there is much more constant, much more high. The demand there is higher compared to here, where it's much farther to Carbon Market. But there is still some pros here, like hygiene, and it's much easier for cars and tourists to access this spot. Thank you guys, sir, sa paghatag sa inyo oras. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A lot of people tend to flock here in Puso Village simply because they want something much cleaner and a bit more hygienic. But now, we will be heading on to Carbon Public Market and interview some of their stall owners to see the differences between here in Puso Village compared to somewhere a bit more packed yet not as hygienic as Carbon Public Market. Now we're at one of the parts of Carbon Market that haven't been modernized as much yet. It's still pretty much late at night, 6 p.m. to around 7 p.m. but it's still as packed as possible. Now you can see a stark difference between when we went to Puso Village, a more modernized, a more clean environment, compared to here where it's, some people would call it chaotic, but still just as lively. Now we're at one of the stalls within the old Carbon Market, the non-modernized parts of Carbon Market, and here we have a vendor that is handling one of these stalls. So, ma'am, pwede ba kita kanang pangutana ng mga questions? So, ang una na akong pangutana, ma'am, kay musta ang imong pantrabaho dinhi kanang maka-sustain ba? I asked her if her income is steady because of this little business, and she says yes. She was able to put her children to school because of this little stall here. She's able to keep up the family. Nanong wala pa man kanibalhin dito sa Puso Market? O pa ba taga ng opportunity na mubalhin sa Puso Market?
Pero mas ganahan ko dali ako ang dito abang man.
Abang. Tapos kung sa may tanong ni mo din mo kanang daghan pagyapon customer mga gid.
Sa kaon lang.
I asked if she was given an opportunity to go to the new and modernized Puso Village. And while yes, she was given an opportunity to head to the new Puso Village, she chose to stay here. As one, this is her place and she doesn't have to pay rent. And two, the customer upkeep is still at an all-time high. People still come and buy food. Last na ko nga pangutana. Kinsa may mas daog sa imong pananaw ang naa dito sa Puso Village or ikaw na naa dito? Kinsay mas daog?
Masuk gibaw sir kay nain man mig layip man sila lahi sad ko.
I asked her who's really winning in this situation, the ones who are currently staying at Puso Village or the ones that are staying here at their own stalls. She said that it really comes down to preference and perspective. They are more farther to the actual Carbon Market, whereas this stall here is at the heart of Carbon Market, whereas there are a lot more people coming by here to eat and rejuvenate and rest, compared to Puso Village, where it's a tourist attraction where people solely come to eat. Last na dyan ni ma'am kanang, last na mga question, pila may makita ni mo like per month? Pila may makita ni mo?
Sales ko pila ni tanan 30 to 25.
Okay. Because of this stall right here, she is able to keep up her family, send her children to school, overall survive in this very harsh world. In this video, we saw the contrasts between Puso Village and this area, Carbon Market. We saw the differences in how they handle rents, how they handle stalls, and the different profits that they make pretty much every single month. We asked if they do feel pressure with the modernization processes that they're going through in Carbon Market. And overall, while they do feel a little bit of pressure, they still try and make it work and survive in this harsh society. So thank you so much for watching Cebu Realities. We'll see you in the next one.